6, the Colts look to sweep the Texans for a second straight season. Get ready for this AFC South matchup next on EA Sports.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They come in just in an absolute free fall, losers of 7 in a row.
And this is where you turn to your best players and look at them and say, can you guide us out of this? We've got to be better than what we've shown.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they've been playing well, really well. Winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. Colts offense ready to go here for the first time, and the former Philadelphia Eagle turned Indianapolis Colt Carson Wentz set to take over here at the controls in his first year in Indianapolis.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. All day. All day.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Wentz finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So the completion there, Charles, looking at this defense, certainly in for a tough task here this afternoon. What are some of the keys for them if they want to come out on top?
Well, the first thing, partner, is they just allowed a completion there. They don't want to get a string of those going. Let him get his confidence. Let him get into the rhythm of the game, the flow of the game, and all of a sudden, he's feeling like he can do no wrong. You want to really get after his timing a little bit, knock a few balls away, and make things uncomfortable for him, because if he feels relaxed, you are in for a tough afternoon.
16 yards there, 2 straight plays of 16 yards and another first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 43. Shotgun now for Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now Wentz on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
On first down, Wentz. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Whitney merciless. And there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? There was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
Now after the sack, Wentz and the Colts, they're left looking at a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. That's going to be caught by Ali Cox. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Wentz now to throw. And they're going to get it. They bring it down to sack back at the 16-yard line. Jordan Jenkins has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Wentz going to give this to Taylor. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A very lengthy opening drive as this will be play number 12 coming on 3rd and goal. They'll try and run Taylor. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
Rodrigo Blankenship for the Colts field goal. Blankenship's kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Texans ready to take over here on offense, and it's Deshaun Watson at the controls in his 5th season now in the NFL.
And it would be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterbacks shake off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions, didn't throw a touchdown pass, team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
He'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 55 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. I know some of the talk after last week's loss was the O-line struggles. They gave up 4 sacks. He got hit here and taken down again, so that's something to monitor.
It is something to monitor, but they've got to help their offensive line out. Maybe a little bit different play calling, right? Draws, screens, get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quicker, maybe some quick game passes. All of that to try and help slow down a pass rush and make things easier on their offensive line.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Third and long, it's Watson. Out to the flat here for Johnson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it will still lead to a fourth down.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was third and long, and they were able to rally and stop him before he could get to the marker.
The Texans' new punter for 2021, Cameron Johnston, on to punt, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. The numbers for him from a week ago, 19 carries, 82 yards.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
Let's go, fellas.
That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The third running back taken in the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any of them. 1,169 yards, third most in the NFL, and by the last quarter of the season, he ranked among the best runners in the league.
They'll fake the give to Taylor. Now Wentz. Hits his target to tight end Mo Alley Cox. Not much there, only a yard. These two teams met in Indy earlier in the year with the Colts coming out on top. So a win here in Houston would give them the season sweep. Throwing again on second down. Wentz. Throw over the middle. Going to be caught here by Mo Alley Cox. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48.
Let's go. Let's go.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on third down, so it's no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on third downs all year long. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Wentz. Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley Cox, the tight end. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Let's go.
Nothing after one on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. First and 10, Taylor now. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility Has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Wentz. He's got the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. To throw, it's Wentz. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Let's go. Let's go.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Wentz's throw into the hands of Pittman here. 7 yards, the pickup there. Three yards remain for 2nd down. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Taylor. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now Wentz. Touchdown Colts. Mo Alley Cox. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that drive spans 13 plays, and the result for the Colts is a touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Johnson, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Watson a give. This is Johnson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Watson on 3rd down. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he goes out right around the 39.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Watson. And that's complete to Cooks. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. There again is Cooks, complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 44-yard line. To the air yet again, Watson. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a handoff, Johnson. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts' 34. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulder square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's got his target, Chris Conley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson. It's complete to Brown, right side. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Johnson. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. That'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd down and goal. Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Jordan Akins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans draw a bit closer.
You got it figured out by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the result, a Houston touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's Carson Wentz now with the rest of his offensive unit heading onto the field. The returns on the last drive, pretty good. 7 for 7, touchdown pass. Probably take that, right?
I would say so. I mean, when you're cutting them apart that way, feeling so accurate, so confident going downfield, and then able to culminate by putting it in the end zone, oh, yeah.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jordan Jenkins in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Wentz. A good throw here, finding Pascal. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. To throw is Wentz. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing on first is Wentz. And he's got his big tight end here. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. From their own 40 to the other 40, the gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Throwing is Wentz. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Wentz again. Forced out to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Let's go. Let's go.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Wentz now to throw. Throws this one right side to Pascal. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. On now to a look at the next-gen stats for the Colts in that first half. And they've had some success on the ground. And with the lead going into the 2nd half, they'll no doubt be looking to keep it going. And meanwhile, for the Texans, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Here's the All-Pro returner from 2018, Andre Roberts. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the 3rd quarter. Now, they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the 2nd half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. This will be caught by Brown. A gain of 6 there on 1st. On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. On first down, it's Watson. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Quiddy Pay, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17.
Another try after the first down sack. Watson. And he's going to go down again. Grover Stewart, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Out of the gun, Watson. He'll dump this one off to Lindsey. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 3 yards all they can muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. We have not seen much on offense from either side these last few drives. It has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
Well, they always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. From the 39, Wentz. Room to run past midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They'll run on first down. Taylor, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run once more with Taylor. Uses the stiff arm. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
48 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. On first down, Wentz. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Whitney merciless, racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
To try again after the sack, Wentz.
Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Now Wentz. Being chased out left. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Bulldozes past him.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Johnson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. Third and 2, Watson. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, Watson. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down, Watson. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 31-yard line. So the scoring dried up here in the 3rd. Nothing that quarter for either side. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Open man is Cooks. He's got it. Touchdown, Texans. Brandon Cooks. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. Such an art to dot the I. Just get the feet in right there against the line before going out of bounds.
Such an incredibly graceful, athletic play, but also a lot of practice goes into it. They work on that to make sure that they learn how to train their feet to get down in bounds.
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And here's Rodgers to return. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Indy set to go on offense once more. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Throwing now is Wentz.
Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley-Cox, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On first down, Taylor. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Whitney merciless. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking him.
That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, right at the 40.
They'll try the left side with Taylor.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Now after the sack, Wentz and the Colts, they're left looking at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
He'll start with a handoff to Johnson.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. So the completion good for 7 there. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Off of play action, it's Watson. And that's complete to Cooks.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I'm sure he likes his performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the 4th quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Watson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. He's got it at the 15. And he'll be taken down inside Indy's 15-yard line. A huge play there for Houston.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They go to Johnson again. Oh, no, he lost the football. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have. The big fella. He's at the 40. So the Colts in possession of football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And the Texans have just about sewn up this football game. Just when you thought this game might be turned on its ear, a late interception pretty much going to seal the deal.
Yeah, boy, talk about having your backs to the wall. This defense, they looked like they were in danger of surrendering this lead, but they knew they needed that one play. And they got it right there, partner.
Houston set to take over. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
They'll try and run down some clock with Johnson. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Johnson. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Watson. Got him in. It's Brown. 1-yard gains are trending. The same result on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down.
They got the completion, but they didn't get the 1st down. So you've got to think, if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're pretty happy with what you just accomplished there.
Yeah, like you said, got him out of bounds, stopped the clock, kept him short of the marker. Here's Cameron Johnston now. And you wonder, could they possibly think about taking a safety here? Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So now Wentz and the Colts offense down 14-10, less than 90 seconds to go. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. Wentz's throw taken in by Pascal. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. To throw is Wentz. He'll dump this off to Taylor, complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 3 yards to gain there, 2nd down.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the 1st down, but I thought that was the key.
Wentz to throw. That's into the hands of Pascal. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. That's going to be caught by Allie Cox. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. 5 plays there on that drive, and it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. On the return, Andre Roberts from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Now the attention turns to the Texans, trailing by a field goal. A little over 20 seconds to go. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on 1st down. To throw, Watson. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And that disastrous play partner is ultimately going to seal their fate in this one, isn't it?
It certainly is, because they gave up the 2 points, but that's not really what did it. It's having to give up the football. And because they gave up the football, guess what? The other team now can take the ball and close this game out.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Now, fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Wentz going to give this to Taylor, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And they take a knee. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. They'll run for it. It's Taylor. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Indianapolis, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Houston, they lose their 9th game on the year. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks.